All right. Are we able to see? A lot going on here. All right. Greetings, everyone who will eventually click onto this video. Welcome, and thank you for joining, watching me here at Bloom from Within Love. I go by Bloomy. And today is going to be oracle messages for you all, as well as just some channeled messages that I meditated on for the collective, for those of you who this is going to resonate for. And as you can see within the title, it says, what's your moon sign? And that you are integrating your emotion body. I also included in the description box a link to a website talking about the astrological moon sign and what that represents for us. And then within that article, I believe it has a moon sign calculator for you if you don't already know your particular moon sign. For those of you who are curious, my moon sign is Gemini. So that's fun, the twins. So basically for me, what that represents, the moon sign is the emotion body. It represents the inner you. It also represents anything to do with motherhood or nurturing aspect, the feminine energy or the maternal energy or any mother figures, okay, if that helps. So recap, the moon energy, the moon sign represents the inner us, okay, the inner us, our feelings, our emotions. It also represents the feminine aspects, the nurturing aspects, the maternal things. So if there's any mother wounds, um, any mother issues, any issues with receiving, anything to do with that side of us, right? And as the title read, many of you are going through integration, which is a good thing. It may not always feel this way, but many of you have been upgrading, have been ascending, have been processing, and it just been catapulted, whether it was willingly or not, right? And so now there's this integration that's taken place. So the emotion body is coming forefront. In some ways, you can say shadow work, but I don't even want to necessarily just say shadow. It's just emotions, the inner you, the feeling you. Now, if it's something that you have learned how to keep suppressed and kind of put on a persona, then perhaps it's maybe somewhat of a shadow. I know I deal with that because my rising sign is Libra. So that's what the world sees about me. That's the side of me that the world has always seen as an aspect to me. However, my sun, my prevalent sign, my identity, which is the sun sign, is a Capricorn, which is very, it's a leader, very smart, very grounded. And it can almost contrast that, right? So the persona, if there's traumas and all these other things, you can slip into the other. And then if there's any of the other stuff, which we're talking about here tonight, with your moon energy, your moon sign, if that hasn't been properly dealt with, there's the suppression, right? And so the good news about what this reading is going to bring about is that there's an integration happening now. We're no longer fighting our feelings anymore. We're allowing ourselves to finally sit with and feel them, knowing that it's okay. Like it's all okay. We're not labeling them. We're not attaching to them. We're not judging them. We're not projecting them. We're not blaming. We're not doing any of it anymore. We now understand that, okay, it's energy and that we're safe to feel it no matter how extreme it may feel. Because, if there's built up stuff, it may feel like, ugh, right? But we're now understanding that, okay, like I could breathe through this, but it's okay. I don't have to run. I could feel it in my body. And that's integration. And when this integration happens, then as we get through this process, we're going to realize like this is where the peace is going to come in. This is where that neutrality point zero is going to come in. This is where we're not going to feel so bogged and weighted down. And this is also where we're going to start to see that we're not continuing to create chaos anymore, where we're not, and I'm trying to explain this in not so esoteric terms for those of you who come on and are not quite that deep into that, in terms of how the reality is just a reflection. But the more we're dealing with this inner stuff, as it's coming up, we're going to start to see more and more. We're not creating it anymore because the subconscious, which the inner world is greatly tied to, is going to allow us by default. It's not going to be something that we're trying so hard to do anymore. By default now, on an energetic vibrational level, we'll be able to see it now that we are co-creating more peaceful waters. We're co-creating things that are more in resonance. We're not allowing things to stick the same way, right? We're not creating trauma all over again. We're not creating chaos all over again. We're following intuition. We're not, you all see what I'm trying to say? Hopefully. Anyway, let me get to it. Y'all know I could talk, so let me just try to get to it here. I don't know if you guys can hear. I do have some earth elemental healing frequencies playing in the background. Chances are you can't, but it is to assist with grounding. Okay. And as I spoke before, in this process, that we're going through, what I'm learning is grounding is extremely important because that's connecting the body and allowing all the energies to circuit through. Okay. A very, very, very important element to anything that we're doing, any of your practices. Okay. And frequencies is one of the things you can use for that. If you're not able to just go out and get in some grass, or, you know what I'm saying, or put your feet in some dirt, there are frequencies that could help with that. So, anywho, let's do it. So, for the collective, their moon sign, their emotion body, where are they at? What's currently going on? In accordance with their highest heart, their highest wisdom, their most benevolent good. Calling the violet fire now to infuse me and my surroundings and my technology. Oh, yeah. I want to give a shout out. Totally forgot. Oh, yeah, totally forgot. Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay. And I keep telling myself every time afterward that next time I'm going to make sure that I give a shout out. So I would like to give a shout out to all new subscribers. I have noticed that within the last, I want to say, within the last few weeks, I think I've gotten 3 new subscribers. So I wanted to give a shout out to all, I think it's like 3 new subscribers. So all of you who have recently subscribed, I just want to say thank you so much for joining and following the channel. I appreciate you. I know you guys can't see it on my channel at this time. But the reason why I set it up this way is because the channel is going through some shifts and changes. And I'm not really sure why those who are here right now. And just to eliminate people who are maybe here for the wrong reasons or just trying to play games or whatever, I just decided to keep that muted out. So at this time, you guys can't see it, but I do want to extend my gratitude for those of you who have been subscribing and you're here sincerely. I just want to say thank you for subscribing. And then I also wanted to give a shout out to those of you who have been donating to my PayPal account. Um, I have recently, been receiving some rando, donations um, to the Bloom from Within Love, and it is greatly appreciated. I won't mention names. I don't really believe in that. I'm sure that they don't either. But I want to still acknowledge people who give from their heart, without even getting a service connected to it. So I just want to say thank you so much. It is just greatly appreciated. Um, of course, during times like this, every little bit counts, right? And I don't mean that in a derogatory sense to say little bit. I'm just saying that it all matters. And I received it with gratitude. Okay. Those of you who have been contributing and donated to the channel, thank you so much. Okay. Just wanted to do that because I keep forgetting. I keep promising every time. I'm like, next time you go on, Brandy, give a shout out to those who recently started, who subscribed to the channel, and a shout out to those who've been recently donating to the channel. So thank you guys so much. I sent you guys much love and light. Okay. You know who you are. All right. Okay. Now let's get going. All right. The collective, the emotion body, their integration. Can I get one card? One card. Ooh, dang, almost one card. One card, please. One card. And what is that about? What's going on inside of their feelings, inside of their emotions regarding what just came out? Ooh, I'm gonna take it. I don't believe in accidents. All right, one more card. So what's going on in their emotions? How do they feel about what just came out here in terms of the ninth house? One more card, please. And their emotions, and as relates to their particular moon sign. Ooh, okay. Hmm. All right. Okay. Nice. Earth magic. Healing shine. I'm coming, you guys. I'm trying to let the story unfold before I start talking. Oh, because I used to do this and just be, yeah, just jabbering on, getting excited, and then I'm like, oh, yeah, 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 and wait. So let me pull this one more, and then I'll give you guys what I'm picking up on, okay? All right, let's tie it in. Tie it in. Okay. All right, one card. What do they need to know in here? What's the guidance from this deck? The emotions and their integration right now. The emotions and integration. Their emotions and the integration process. Ooh, almost. Hmm. Right. Okay. All right. So, ooh. All right, guys. Oh, wow. Okay. So, let me scoot up here. All right. So, your integration process is dealing with the houses in terms of your astrological birth chart. We're dealing with the ninth house. And it says here, as if it or they came from all there is. The philosophies and laws involved do it in a big way. As if it or they came from all there is. The philosophies and laws involved do it in a big way. Emotions, spiritual values, long range thinking or travel, what is to be shared. Okay. So, of course, it goes without being said, this has a lot to do with the long ingrained belief systems and conditionings as it relates to the emotion body. Give me a moment, you guys. Because I do read intuitive too. Okay, so let me see if I can put this here real quick. Oh, yeah, perfect. Okay, so one of the things that's sticking out to me with that is as relates to some of you all's emotion body and what's being integrated or coming to light and healed and dealt with is that you learned very early on, you were conditioned in this way. So the emotions were kind of controlled in a way. So let me explain. Let me get an example of what I feel like I'm getting. It was a conditioning like you're allowed to feel based on what was wanted or expected of you, and shunned from feeling anything that wasn't wanted or expected from you. And I'm saying that because what I'm seeing, I see all this bright yellow in this card wheel, and that has to do with solar plexus and willpower. And that was kind of taken away. It was based on the will of others, and there was a conditioning and a culture in some cases where it's like that it doesn't matter. It's what everyone else wants. So many of you are realizing how erroneous that is, and being willing to let go of a belief. It's a belief system. It is a program that has conditioned you to think that your emotions, your feelings are wrong, or that they don't have a place, or that they take back seat to someone else. So you're realizing it. And so because you're realizing it, it's almost like an eruption that's happening because you're starting to see it as you're observing yourself. You're starting to see how much you were on autopilot, how much you have been conditioned to try to make everyone else's emotions okay while yours wasn't. Doing it in a big way. Philosophy, laws, as if it or they came from all there is. Thinking that that's all there is. That's the way it is. That is the belief. And now you're expanding. And I say that because of those air balloons. They're like, what do you call those balloons that go up in the sky? What are they called? The balloony thingies. The fly in the air. Hot air balloons. Oh my God. The hot air balloons, right? So you guys are, now you're expanding in a big way. You're expanding, you're letting it go, you're coming out, you're letting it out, you're opening your will center. So there's probably some solar plex activity happening in some of you, as well as some heart, because I see a lot of green. So you're releasing the grief, the pain, the emotions, the anger that may be stored there. Because as you're seeing it, you're probably seeing how much you haven't been validated. But you're releasing it and letting it just whoosh, like the hot air balloons just go whoosh, letting it all out. And then all the colors are coming out in a big way, right? So I think that's wonderful. At the bottom of that deck, it says your willpower. Funny how I just said that, because it says right here, your willpower. So some of you are taking back your power, even in understanding that your emotions are a signal to you of what's going on, something that's not right for you and to you. So you're just taking back your power. Like, no, um, yes, I have a voice and I have a right to be heard. And yeah, this is not okay for me. Your willpower, what you think you know about, doing it your way. Yeah, that's beautiful. And good times are coming, because up under that it says the attraction of pleasure from Venus. So some of you got some good stuff on the horizon coming. Okay, and then the next card out was Heal and Shine. And that just kind of goes along with what I was saying. As all this stuff is coming up, hold on. Heal and Shine and Earth Magic. And so grounding, getting into nature, heal and shine, like let all that stuff come up, like feeling the emotions, letting it process through your body. Your body is going to tell you where it's stored at. So for an example, if you feel a lot of tension in your neck, if you feel something like moving around within your body, as you think a certain thought or as a memory comes up, chances are that's where that energy is stored at. So just sit with it. Don't try to make it go away. Sit with it, breathe through it, let it be. Let yourself, let it be. Aaron Doughty has this video up where he talks about this exercise that we can do like animals to get traumatic energy out, if that helps. And I so want to do that. I think that's something I'm going to start practicing more. I do know of some trauma release exercises, but I'm going to like try to incorporate the one he's talking about, because what we don't understand is all these events, it's still energy. And so even though we may mentally try to process a lot of stuff, it still gets stored in the body. So anyway, go ahead and allow your healing and, heal and shine, get grounded. Earth is going to help a lot of you. So like being around nature, grass, flowers, botanicals, essential oils, for many of you, this is going to serve you a lot. Okay. All right. And then at the bottom of that deck was unseen. So many of you, you struggle with that, the unseen, like feeling like there's so much that you don't know, so much you don't understand. But trust, it's okay. Right up under that, you have bliss. You have bliss, like right behind it. So just trust the process. I know that's easier said than done. Trust me when I say that, okay? Unseen, because it's not always what we initially think, the unseen. Sometimes there are, things that's coming up that needs to be released. And so you guys are doing that, you know. And don't feel bad. I mean, everybody gets sidewinded. There's nobody that's in this journey that doesn't get sidewinded by something or doesn't have a blind side. Okay. But trust this process. Okay. You're all right. And the other card that came out was be flexible with yourself, flexible with the process. And it says here, the challenge that you are now facing calls for flexibility. Look at the situation from every possible perspective, and a solution simpler than you ever thought possible might jump out at you. And I understand what they're saying with this. So in terms of what we're talking about the emotion body. We're talking about the integration of this. And the solution being is more simpler than we think. Stillness. I think I did a video maybe a couple weeks back with a channeled message that I received. And the message was for the remaining of the year. I think it was from the Syrians and Orions, that it was really going to be about simplicity and stillness. And the mantra Satnam, I think, and then it was like nature or something like that, and then some mudras. And so even as relates to our integration with the emotions and this process, right? Stillness. In the stillness, I know the chatter comes. In the stillness, the distraction comes, And so your unique way of finding stillness, because maybe you need to look at something. Maybe you need to put a candle in front of you so that you're not roaming, that your eyes aren't roaming. Maybe you need to listen to mantras and music so that you can sit and have some sound. But stillness, instead of numbing out to our favorite shows. And don't get me wrong, I like TV like more like the next one, okay? You know the things we do. There's so much I want to say, and there's some things that have been revealed to me that I can't yet. It's really true, you guys. What we are taking in plays a mega role on our thoughts, perceptions, beliefs, and how we feel on a consistent basis. So, for an example, if all I eat are Snickers every day, all day, and nothing else, I just eat Snickers. That's all I'm willing to eat. I don't put nothing else in my body. I just eat Snickers. That's it. Well, my body may not die that day. It may not have a negative reaction immediately. It may still have an appearance of some sort of normalcy, right? Depending on how strong my genetic makeup is, and depending on the current health state of my body, at that time would determine the detriment and how quickly that happens. But at some point, if that's all I do, what would be the outcome? How am I going to feel with each given day? With each day of my Snicker life, am I going to feel vibrant and whole and complete? Am I going to feel light on my feet? Am I going to feel energetic? Am I going to feel zestful with each day of eating 12 Snickers? I'm just throwing that out there, not for judgment or not for us to be sad, just for a very plain, true to life example, because this goes across the board. This is our lives. Oh, good gracious God, help us. Help me. Me, help me. Because this is equated to everything. Well, how much trash TV am I watching? How much trash music am I listening to? How much trash ooh, company. And when I say that, I don't mean it in a derogatory sense. So please don't get all your panties in a bunch or your chonies or your draws. You know what I'm saying? But things that are weighing us down. And I don't even want to say it that way because Aaron would say, well, it's our perception. But your innate is going to tell you if something is vibratorily good for you to engage in for longevities. You know what I'm trying to say? You're going to get your signals. And it's up to us to decide if we're going to follow signal or not, right? So, wow. Good God. Have mercy. Anyway, I got off topic there, but well, kind of didn't, because we're talking about the emotion body. And so, yeah, I'm gonna say it because I think it's okay. All right, yeah, I'm supposed to say it. Okay. We've watched many of you that are similar to myself and come from an era similar to myself. You know, to escape some of the traumas that we've lived through, or some of the environments that we've lived in, many of us escaped off into TV land. You know what I'm saying? If we didn't get into the drug scene, if you didn't get into the drug and alcohol scene, and some of the other more external versions of this, okay, if that wasn't your route, you had other routes. But what we didn't gather and didn't understand is that there are still programs So the conditionings of looking external to remedy our emotions, looking for others to remedy that, relationships to remedy that, storylines around that, addictions to these storylines. You guys hear me talk about this. You know, every Cinderella story out there, every Disneyland story out there, every romantic comedy, rom-com, every, you know what I'm saying, drama out there where at the end they become a miraculous person because of the love of a woman. Okay? Like all of these, you know, crazy whack stories that we become addicted to because now she's seen or he's seen and heard, and or the geeky guy, geeky girl finally turned and blossomed, and or Duff, the designated ugly fat friend, and now she gets the jock at the end because he realized it. Like, y'all see where I'm going? Storylines. Listen to me. Storylines, programs. And we get addicted to that and conditioned and indoctrinated into that. And so, since we are attached to this on a subtle level, we start believing things aren't going to be all right until that's the case for us. This is on a subtle subconscious level. And since this is what we believe, guess what? We create it. So we continue to keep creating pain and suffering because we're waiting for our story to play out the way in which we've been indoctrinated. Ooh. Some stuff I'm going to have to save for later. But many of you are already right here. You're right here. You're right at the door of this part where you're seeing it now for what it is. The unseen is becoming seen. And you're realizing that it's all been a program. Some of you are even realizing that every time you get here, or when you start to remember who you are, something happens very similar to Hancock. Those of you who've seen that movie, Hancock, that dynamic between Hancock and the woman, there's a dynamic between them two. Hancock and the lady that was also like him, that weakened their ability to fully operate. And I'm going to stop on that. I'm not going to go deep into that because I don't think I'm released to do that yet. But for you all, you're right here. You're integrating your emotion body. You're owning it now. All right. And so now I'm going to move on to my last few cards for you guys so I can let you go. I know I be having some deep stuff, boy. And see, I don't pre-script these things, y'all. That's the thing about me. So I never know what I'm going to come on here and say. So when I go on tangents, yeah, I didn't plan it. Sorry. Well, sorry, not sorry. Let me take that back. All right. So now I'm going to actually use Law of Attraction deck real quick. I know it's not so much connected to the emotion, but, I guess in a way, we may be able to bridge it. Let's see. And then I'll give you guys like a goddess card and some kind of like self-care to get you going. Something to take with you to practice. My. Ooh-wee. Okay, I'm sorry the screen is shaking. Okay, get one card. Collective. Their emotion body. Integration. Wow, okay. Card number 12. That's perfect. 1 plus 2 is 3. The Trinity. All right. I want to harmonize with my desire. Card number 12. I want to harmonize with my desire. This is Abraham Hicks's deck. She made this. All right, so it says here, anytime you feel negative emotion, ooh, so look, it did go. Anytime you feel negative emotion, stop and say, something is important here. Otherwise, I would not be feeling the negative emotion. What is it that I want? And then simply turn your attention to what you do want. In the moment you turn your attention to what you want, the negative attraction will stop. Ooh, this goes good with this reading. Good glory. And in the moment, the negative attraction stops. The positive attraction will begin. And in that moment, your feeling will change from not feeling good to feeling good. That is the process of pivoting. Oh, can't make it up. I can't make it up. This wouldn't have been a better card if I just selected it. Wow. Talk about integration. She just summed it up of how to shift this and validate the moment. I'll read it again. I want to harmonize with my desire. Soul, mind, body. Card number 12. Card number 3. Trinity. Soul, mind, body. Wow. I want to harmonize with my desire. Anytime you feel negative emotion, stop and say, something is important here. Otherwise, I would not be feeling this negative emotion. What is it that I want? And then simply turn your attention to what you do want. Wow. In the moment you turn your attention to what you want, the negative attraction will stop. And in the moment the negative attraction stops, the positive attraction will begin. And in that moment, your feeling will change from not feeling good to feeling good. That is the process of pivoting. Wow. Wow. Good gracious God, you guys. Good gracious. At the bottom of her deck, it says, I can set my own standards. Woo! I can set my own standards for financial well-being, and this is financial, but you can apply it as it resonates, even emotional, you know. It says once you're able to achieve and consistently, um, oh, hold on 1 second, you guys. Sorry. Oh, man. Sorry, 1 second. Okay. I think it's, yeah, that right? I think that's right? Okay, yeah, okay. All right, you guys. Sorry about that. Um, sorry. Um, yeah, so what is it? What do I do with that? Oh, there it is. I'm sorry. Uh, once you're able to achieve and consistently maintain your personal alignment, and we can look at it in terms of emotionally, a great deal of money will flow, or I guess emotional fulfillment will flow into your experience if that's your desire. Do not let others set the standards. Oh, this is good. Do not let others set the standards about how much money you should have. Do not let others set the standards about what's emotional fulfillment for you. For you are the only one who could ever accurately define that. Come into alignment with who you really are and allow those things to flow into your experience that life has helped you to know that you want. Ooh, that life has helped you to know that you want. It's amazing. You can look at that from the money perspective and from the emotional perspective. Emotional satisfaction within yourself and within your experiences. All right, moving on. Goddess energy. Say God or goddess energy, right? Okay. Oh. All right. Okay. We get some goddess affirmation, synonym with power. Okay. Well, what the heck? Should I take those? They just flopped out. I don't know. I'll take them. Let me get one more though. Like they just fell out. Let me get one more. One more. Okay. Well, there it is. All right. That didn't take much. All right, you guys. So let me see what we got. What we got. So we got three for you guys. I'm going to read them to you here. We have Hera, goddess of marriage. We got Sakawa, oh, God help me, goddess of direction. And then we have uh, Tiamat, great mother of all gods. Okay, so let me see. All right, so goddess of marriage. Now, as the queen of heaven, great love is yours to have and hold in this lifetime. The key to a true everlasting partnership lies in your ability to love and honor yourself so much that you naturally command respect without having to demand it, thus eliciting the best in your partner. As two full beings, you can manifest your individual and collective reasons for being alive. For this is for some of you, as it relates to maybe partnership, if that's something that's on your heart, dealing with emotions and integrating all that, they're just saying back to love, back to honoring the self. And the more we're doing this, it's going to be a byproduct. So the more we get back to this, we won't have to demand it, but we will be commanding it because it's going to be either they mount up or they won't be in a running, basically. Either they mount up or they won't be in a running. That's basically what this is saying in a nutshell. And it has to be, like I said, two full beings, two full whole beings collectively, right? But it comes from us honoring ourselves again, loving ourselves again, right? Beautiful. Uh, Sacco, Sacagawea. Oh my God, so sorry. Goddess of direction, you are right where you are supposed to be. So those of you who are feeling like, what the hell? I know that feeling. It's a part of the process. You're right where you are supposed to be, in the perfect place at the perfect time, to continue your adventure along the road of your highest destiny. Trust your instincts now and feel confident in your navigational prowess. When all seems lost, look within to find your inner North Star, illuminating your path. So when you feel like you're in the muck and the mire, when you feel like maybe you're in the dark night of the soul, when you feel like you've got gunk and residue on you from places you've gone, places, things you've touched, people you've been around, look within. Powerful. Great mother of all gods. Destruction precedes creation. Release your attachment. Ooh. Release your attachment to the limiting beliefs that once fed you, so you may explore above and beyond where your umbilical cord will allow you to roam. Find a safe space where you can let your stormiest dragons, ooh, this is about emotions, express themselves. Crack the veneer of ordinariness. Oh, yes. And let your tears feed the sacred rivers of the world. Yeah. Let them out. Let the hot air balloon go up. Find a safe place to do it. I know sometimes that feels limiting in a time like this. Like, where can you go and not have to put a censor on yourself all the time? Where can you go, right? And not feel like you're disturbing somebody, or somebody's gonna look at you like you're nuts though because you're screaming and yelling at the top of your lungs, or you're shaking like an animal because you're trying to deal with the energy, right? But find that place. Ask yourself, ask your higher self, your team of support to help you create that place so you can honor that. Because that's the guidance there. Okay. Nice. It's all going together. I love it when the cards come out like that. I love it. All right. Let's see some more stuff here. And trust me, I get it, especially, shucks, if you're a single mom or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Like, you got kids and you're working jobs, and it's like everybody's depending on you all the time. And, you're like, hell, where do I go without people looking at me or wanting something from me or needing something from me or expecting something from me outside of sleep time when I lay down on the bed, or work time. But I believe we're finding more and more creative ways to do this. More and more creative ways. All right. All right. Can we send them home with something that will assist them with this process in a comfortable way that'll lift their vibration, that would help them to release the heavy energy, that would help them detach from beliefs, situations, circumstances, individuals, any and everything that's just outdated and weighing them down. Anything that's stuck in the emotion body. One card. Or at least one card, please. One card. Whoa, well, we got two. What the heck? Well, it's cute. Well, I don't know how, well, okay. So, I guess the guys can do it, maybe. So these are the two. Let you guys get your smiles. But these are the two that came out. Have a hot flush Sunday and get your nails done. Yeah, you heard it. You see it right. Get your nails done. And I will add, if you can't go to the nail shop, I highly recommend going to Walmart and buying a nice little kit of nails for $5, like you see on my hands. So, get your nails done, or if you can, do your nails, and then have a nice hot fudge sundae, or a sweet treat if you're not into the hot fudge sundae. That's what it's implying there. Okay. And at the very bottom, it says sign up to volunteer. So, stop focusing so much, on your situation. For those of you who maybe are not working, it's saying, sign up to volunteer, even if it means online or virtual, because maybe you can't go out, depending on where you are on the globe and what's going on. But, sign up, get your focus and energy on something that you're passionate about and makes you feel like you're contributing to something, right? Right under that, which I'm a strong advocate of, meditate or try to. So If for beginners, just try for 5 minutes sitting in a quiet place undisturbed. That's the first stage of it, just sitting quietly. That's the beginning of meditation. Sitting quietly and set a timer for 5 minutes. And, that means closing your eyes, dimming the lights so that you're not looking all around the room. You're not, clipping your toenails and scratching and, you know, like, what I'm saying? Like, no, turn the lights down or light a candle or, something. 5 minutes. No scrolling on the phone, just 5 minutes. And just breathe. Like, just sit there and listen to your breath. All right. All right. All right, you guys. I appreciate you all so much. And once again, I, want to reiterate giving a shout out to all of the new subscribers that have subscribed in the last, I want to say, week or two. There's been at least 3 new subscribers in the last week or two. And I just want to say, my semi gratitude and thank you so much. And if ever you guys have any questions or any, you want a reading or, anything, just please let me know. And for those of you who have donated to the channel, and just want to once again thank you for that. I appreciate any gifts from the bottom of my heart, especially in a time like this. And so I just want to make sure that I am at least saying thank you to those of you who have done that. I appreciate you so much for that. Okay. And I wish you well. And I'm sending you all much love and light. And even those of you who haven't been able to donate, to all of my subscribers and to all of you, whoever, come on and take the time to listen. Even if you don't say anything, just thank you for watching and being a part of my story and my journey. And hopefully some of the things that I've said or shared here has helped you in some way or comforted you in some way. And if so, then I am pleased and blessed just for that in itself. Okay. All right. So until next time, remember, everything is energy. Balance is the key. And also, you're the one person that you can't get away from. So let your aim be loving and honoring of yourself. All right. Send you all much love, light, and hugs and kisses. Namaste.